ghost town drowned by silence, under moon's watchful light. Whiskey bottles lay like tombstones where my broken secrets lie. Dust swirls like soft whispers past the church that burned to ground. Each step echoes in the darkness to the waltz's haunting sound. Oh, we dance the lost love waltz by the light of a fire long dead, in the heart of cursed lands where even angels fear to tread. Your shadow lingers still, though your soul's with the wind dispersed. We're just ghosts in love's cruel story, in a waltz that's been rehearsed. The train whistle still remembers our laughter, young and wild, before revenge like a bitter stone took our dreams my faith defiled. Now I roam through silent deserts, seeking what was torn from grasp, a locket tarnished yet gleaming within my weathered clasp. Yes, we dance the lost love waltz under stars that now seem cursed, reeling through the forgotten graves where old passions are immersed. Yet in every step a knife turns inside a heart that can't forget. This dance our love's eternal bed, a silhouette of deep regret. On that night with silver bullets under shadows of deceit, we traded our love for survival in a tale bittersweet. Now facing this barren altar where our vows once sweetly lay, I waltz alone with a ghost's embrace as the night fades into day. Still we dance the lost love waltz where the soil keeps secrets deep, each turn a reminder of the price the soul's heavy toll to keep. In the whispers of the wind I found my peace, my final plea. Let this dance be my release from a love not meant to be. So I waltz this path unto the end beneath the endless starry arch, in the vast silent desert sands where lost loves march. Each step a story, each note a scar under the eternal watchful skies, in the lost love waltz until my weary heart lies. Out past the rusted railroad spikes where the ghost towns kiss the sky, I ride on a stallion black as sin through the whiskey dust and lies, under that old gallows tree where the shadows whisper crimes. A bottle swings an unmarked grave, lost loves and forgotten times. Riding through the whiskey, flames lick at my side, haunted by the heartache that I can't leave behind. Every sip of memory, every gulp of grave, riding through the whiskey, the broken man's parade.
was a fire in the chapel that burned it down to lace. Her kiss a promise of betrayal, gone without a trace. That night the desert knew her whispers underneath the crescent moon. She fled with my old rival to the tune of a trader's tune. Riding through the whiskey with revenge burning bright, and dark spirit guide me through the cold curse at night. Every sip a story, every gulp a scar, riding through the whiskey to where the fallen are. In a dusty bar at the edge of despair, I saw her face, wind tangled in her hair. Guns drawn, eyes locked, time took a breath. In a silent town where the only exit is death. Riding through the whiskey, let the spirits be my guide. I found my peace in the thunder, her treachery denied. For every sip of sorrow, for every gulp of pain, riding through the whiskey, 'neath the endless starlit plain.
Out where the shadows haunt the scorched sand, under a ghostly moonlight stand, voices whisper through silver sage, a tale of a man and his darkened rage. Whiskey bottle by a worn boot side, dust devils dance where secrets hide. The eerie wail of a distant train echoes the gunslinger's haunting pain. No mercy in the gunslinger's eyes, cold as the desert night's clear skies. Each bullet a mark, each step a sin. No mercy where vengeance begins. Once loved a maiden fair and bright, her laughter a beacon in the night. Betrayed by a friend under blood-red skies, she lay in a church that no longer cries. Through forgotten towns his boots tread on, past burning crosses and love long gone. His heart turned to stone on that cursed morn, left nothing but fury, tattered and worn. No mercy in the gunslinger's eyes, haunted like ghost towns under stormy skies. Each bullet a story, each scar a sign. No mercy on this broken line. At the edge of the world, in the silence vast, he faced his betrayer from shadows cast. Words are wind in the desert's roar, only the gun speaks with final lore. No mercy in the gunslinger's deeds. Across these cursed lands his sorrow bleeds. Under a blackened veil he claims his due. No mercy, only the desert
desert noon.
Shadow of a burning church under a blood-red sky, an old gunslinger tells his tale with a whiskey bottle dry. The wind moans through the ghost town streets, the dust clouds hide the sun. This land's forsaken by the light, where a cursed man's run begun. No mercy in the devil's deal, only shadows by your side. When you trade your soul for vengeance, there's no place left to hide. The night grows cold, the fire dies, but the past won't set you free. No mercy in the devil's deal, just endless misery. He loved once beneath the stars in a time too brief to stay. Her laughter now a whisper lost as the desert took her away. Betrayed by a brother's jealous hand, left for dead in the silent sands. He struck a deal at the crossroads light for the power to set things right. No mercy in the devil's deal, only echoes of regret. Each killing word a hollow prayer for a love he can't forget. The night grows cold, the fire dies, but the ghost won't let him be. No mercy in the devil's deal, just change you can't see. In the mirror of the midnight glass, he faces who he's come to be. A phantom in a forsaken land, trapped in his own decree. The whistle of a distant train calls him to his final stand, to reclaim a soul he sold in vain, or fall by his own hand. No mercy in the devil's deal, just a lonesome bitter end. The gun he draws, the choice he makes, a broken heart he can't mend. The night grows cold, the fire's gone. In the silence he'll confess. No mercy in the devil's deal, just a piece of nothingness.
In the heart of a cursed desert town, under the eye of a blood-red moon, where
where the whispers of the wind sound like a mournful, forgotten tune. The dust swirls round empty bottles, and the chapel bells no longer sound. A lone figure walks the shadows where his peace used to be found. Gone with the revenge, a heart turned stone. Beneath the burning skies he walks alone. Lost love's echo in a whiskey-soaked breath. He's a haunted soul dancing with death. Once a lover, now a silhouette against the backdrop of despair. He traded rings for a revolver after vows dissolved in air. That old train whistle's a reminder of the night she slipped away with his best friend at the station in the early hours of day. Gone with the revenge, his heart turned stone. Beneath the burning skies he walks alone. Lost love's echo in a whiskey-soaked breath. He's a haunted soul dancing with death. By the light of a fire in a burning church, he sees their shadows on the flame. With each crackle of the wood, hears the falter of his name. Truth strikes like a thunderclap, his hand tied on the gun. Revenge or mercy in this moment, but the choice can't be undone. Go with the revenge or let it go. In the silence of the desert, a new wind starts to blow. From cursed ground to the path of grace, in every forgotten grave a lesson trace. Go with the revenge, heart begins to mend. Underneath the starlit sky, may the ghost finally end. In the heart where the shadows drown, old whiskey bottles lay thrown around. Dust storms dance on forsaken streets, where my boots echo and past whispers meet. Gone with the ghost town under blood red skies. Lost love's laughter, now just ghostly cries. Where dreams are dust and the whole church burns, I walk with shadows till the night returns. There's a memory fading on the chapel floor of the woman I loved, ain't here no more. She left with a stranger, train whistle blew. In the night so silent, my revolver knew. Gone with the ghost town under morning moons. Echoes of footsteps in abandoned saloons. With each cracking fire, my old heart yearns for a whisper of her as the candle burns.
the shadows deep. Gone with the ghost town where vengeance lies, in the silent desert under stormy skies. Now I'm just a specter where sorrow turns, in the dust of legends and love that burns. In the shadow of the valley where the sun forgot to shine lies a town too cursed to mention by a dusty, broken sign, where the whiskey bottles whisper secrets hidden in the sand. I trace my scars, each one a story etched deep by my own hand. Gone with the lonely road where the forsaken souls tread under moons that mourn in silence above the lands of dead. Heartbeat echoes through the ghost town like a train's lonesome cry. Gone with the lonely road under a cursed black sky. Once loved a girl with eyes like storm clouds, heart wild as the wind. Promised her the world, but in the night betrayal thin. She vanished with a preacher whose church burned incense glow. Left me with these empty dreams where only thistles grow. Gone with the lonely road where the broken hearts lie, past the chapel of redemption where even angels fear to fly. Whispers haunt the silent desert like a snake so sly hiss. Gone with the lonely road, swallowed in the abyss. On this road I met my demons at the crossroads of despair. Gun in hand, shadows dancing, found that preacher there. Justice rang in every echo as he fell before the dawn. But revenge just tastes like dust when all you loved is gone. Gone with the lonely road where the past can't be undone, through the cursed silent deserts beneath the scorching sun. I ride alone forever searching, a ghost among the graves. Gone with the lonely road, a soul no man can save.
Out where the hollow winds whisper sins, past the chapel where the fire took the saints. There's a trail lit by the ghost of a lantern's glow, where whiskey bottles mark a path only the cursed to know. Each step a memory, each shadow a tale of woe, where the lantern
lantern path waits, so do the bones of fate. Under the moon's cold watch lies a story unspoken. The cries of the night, they know my name. Lost love's echo and the winds that never wane. The dust remembers the stride of forsaken boots through silent towns with boarded saloons. There's a flame that burns in a lover's scorn, and a man with a heart from which all warmth is shorn. Promises like tumbleweeds, gone as soon as they're sworn. Where the lantern path waits, through silent gates, past forgotten graves, where the love once bloomed. Here lies the dust of dreams decay on cursed lands where we once prayed. In the valley of shadows I met my fears, face to face with the years and the salt of my tears. A showdown with the ghost in my mind, where the past and present are cruelly entwined. I reach for my gun as the night resigns. Where the lantern path waits, I settle my scores with the ghost of my love and the wars of my remorse. The stars witness my sins in this desolate expanse. I walk alone, gave the devil his dance on the lantern path. There's nothing left but to advance.
Out where the whiskey whispers past the dried up river's edge, ghost town shadows stretch beneath the moon's pale pledge. Silent desert cries under a starlit curse of sky. A lone train whistle moans a song, holding high. No mercy in the revenge, this heart's turned to stone. Vengeance right beside me, through the night I roam. The bottle's hollow echo, the only friend I've kept on a path of retribution. Through the tears I've wept, once loved a girl as wild as a storm above. Betrayed by a kiss, I lost my peace, my love. Whispering winds carry the scent of traitors' blood, burning church in the distance, lost in the flood. No mercy in the revenge, shadows call my name. Every step on this parched land stokes the flame. The bottle's broken dreams lie scattered in the sand, cursed by the memory, gun heavy in my hand. Now face to face with the devil in the dusk embrace. His eyes a mirror of my soul's dark forsaken place. Words are worthless here, in the silence we confess the deeds that
forgotten graves whisper of what once was mine. As dawn breaks merciless over lands no prayer can save, no mercy in my heart, just an outlaw in his grave.
In the shadowy vale where the wild dogs wail, under moonlit skies the cursed land lies. Whiskey bottles lay by the graves unmarked, as the church down the lane burns cold and dark. Smoke rises high, blends with the cries. Ghost trains whistle past, oh how the dead don't die. This cursed land holds me with a thorny embrace. Lost souls wander, each with an unremembered face. Once knew love's soft touch in these desolate sands. Her laughter now dust, whisked away by cursed hands. Betrayed by a brother with greed in his eyes, left me for dead under black stormy sky. Smoke swirls like spirits in the twilight's red glow. Echoes of laughter from the life I used to know. This cursed land whispers with a vengeful voice, reclaim what was stolen. Seems I got no choice. Silence reigns, stood face to face with my pain's remains. A showdown with shadows from my past so bleak. The truth hits hard, leaves the strong feeling weak. Now the smoke settles on this cursed plot. I've taken my revenge, gave it my last shot. This land keeps its secrets like a silent vow. In the cursed land of smoke, I'll make my final bow. Coyotes cry. Whiskey bottles lay by the faded general store. Dust storms dance with ghosts of an outlaw band. In a town too cursed to die, but forgotten by the Lord. Oh, this cursed land holds my soul in its hand. The devil plays a tune that echoes in these sands. My heart's been lost to this desolate expanse, cursed to roam
gunslinger's betrayal. In her eyes a storm like the desert born, but her graves are marked where the nightingales wail. Oh, this cursed land holds my soul in its hand. Burn my dreams like the church that in silence stands. Rusted rails and a train's long forgotten wail. Haunted tracks leading back to her ghostly trails. Ghostly choir, faces from my past, in the flames they conspire. Each sip of rye brings the truth nigh. In this cursed soil we live just to die. Oh, this cursed land with its cold dead hand took all our love, buried deep where I stand. Now I embrace this forsaken haunted place. In the cursed land, embrace I'll find my peace.
Shadow of the dying town, the sun sets like a bleeding wound. Whiskey bottle lays half empty beside a note that came too soon. Dust swirls where the church once stood, now just ashes and misunderstood. Echoes of a train long gone, like whispers of the should have been. I'm dancing with the devil's deal, boots sinking in cursed sands. Every step a story of a broken promise in these haunted lands. My reflection in the bottle tells of cold winds and heartbreak's nail. Dancing with the devil's deal, a waltz in hell's on fiery reel. Once loved a girl with storm cloud eyes, in a town too prone to lies. Behind her smile, secrets hidden in her heart, a darkened bit. The night she left, the sky did scream, her love lost like a forgotten dream. Now I roam, a ghost in boots, past burning churches and uprooted roots. Dancing with the devil's deal, under stars that no longer feel. Her whisper haunts the desert's chill. tale, her betrayal a bitter pill. Ghost towns echo our last farewell, and each step a story to tell. Dancing with the devil's deal in silence, my fate I seal. At the crossroads, no lanterns burn, just my shadow and the lessons learned. Her face in every grain of sand, her voice as distant as the land. I face the devil with eyes clear, no more to lose, nothing left to fear. Love and vengeance, hand in hand, tonight I make my final stand. Dancing with the devil's deal, where once was hard, now nothing feels. This dance might last a soul's appeal. On cursed grounds my fate I see, with each step a tale of woe. In silent deserts I let go, dancing with the devil's deal. In dust storms I find my zeal. So here's my story, a ballad sung, of love lost and deeds undone. May you listen and then travel on through silent deserts where I've gone. In the night if you hear my tune, remember the dance beneath the moon. Dancing, always dancing with the devil's cruel, relentless deal.
In the shadow of a ghost town, where the wind moans through the cracks, dusty bottles line the bar, a haunt of broken packs. Old lanterns flicker dimly, casting shadows, drawing sins. Here sits a man with empty eyes, where my dark tale begins. Oh, the whiskey tastes like fire, with whispers of the damned. Each sip a story of lost love, that lives like desert sand. The devil's brew, it calls you to drown in your regrets. A bottle full of ghostly cries and smoky silhouette. He once loved a maiden fair, with hair like golden wheat, but betrayal's knife came silently, left nothing but deceit. In the heat of silent deserts, under scorched and starless skies, he lost his heart, his soul, his love, amid the coyote cries. Oh, the whiskey burns like vengeance in a throat worn raw with grief. Each gulp a chapter of the past, each pause a brief relief. The devil's drink a bitter balm for hearts that can't forget. A tumbler full of burning churches and sunsets bleeding red. His hollow face, a reckoning in broken glass, the past he can't erase. With each reflection, truth reveals beneath the whiskey's curse. The man who stares back through the shards wrought better and for worse. So here's to the devil's whiskey, to the pain that it consoles, to dusty graves and train whistles, to lost and wayward souls. Drink up, my friends, let's toast to fate, to nights that never end, where spirits walk in silence and broken hearts might mend.
In the ashes of twilight, neath a blood-red moon scorn, stands the skeleton of a barn where my bitter fate was born. Whiskey whispers in the wind, like voices torn and worn, as the shadows dance with fire, where my heart's hope lies forlorn. Midnight in the burning barn, flames reach for the sky. Every ember tells a tale of a love that had to die. The devil plays a fiddle in this ghostly curse of lie, as I watch the past turn to smoke and the old gods sigh. There's a storm of memories rolling o'er the plains. A train whistles mournful sounds like spirits breaking chains. She was a fire wild and free in those dust-ridden lanes, until betrayal's cold hand pushed me to claim these burning reins. Midnight in the burning barn, this pyre of despair, echoes of a gunshot still hanging in the air. Lost love's a dusty bottle, its contents all too rare. Now just broken glass and spirit in the ash I stare. I see your face haunting every flame. Truth crashes down like a hard, heavy rain. Was it me? Was it her? Just a wild, wicked game. In this fire, all I know is nothing will ever be the same. Midnight in the burning barn, where my old life ends. Here among these cursed lands, a new path descends. With the fire as my witness, on revenge my soul depends. As the dawn breaks clear, my spirit bends, but never breaks, it mends. So I'll ride out at dawn with the ashes in my wake, a lone gunslinger with a heart too charred to break. Every step from this burning, another destiny I'll make. Midnight's fire taught me well just what's at stake.
Out where the train whistles mourn through cracked skies, a ghost town whispers beneath the old moon's rise. Dust devils dance where the church used to stand. The devil's breath stirs up the sins of the land. Whiskey bottles lie buried in sand, forgotten graves. Each step echoes a story, each shadow enslaves. The devil's desert wind, it howls with a scornful sound, carrying voices of those who ain't never been found. It's a cursed lullaby, on a vengeful flame it spins. Lost love and betrayal right on the devil desert winds. I met her eyes like a mirage, soothing but deceitful deep. In her kiss, the taste of dust, in her promises, secrets to keep. Underneath the starlit dread, where silence bathes the night, she swore forever by my side, before vanishing in the light. Now every shadow flickers with the dance of her deceit, every gust a whisper from the love I won't repeat. The devil's desert wind, it cries with a lonely sound, echoing the heartbreak where my dreams were drowned. It's a bitter serenade, through dead towns it spins, revenge and redemption ride on the devil's desert winds. In the heart of the night, where the cold truth lies, I face the mirror of my soul in the endless desert skies. The wind called out, its voice was old and cruel, told me the devil's just a man who never could play the fool. The devil's desert wind, it sings with a ghostly sound, each note a tale of what's lost, what's forever bound. It's an outlaw's refrain, over sands of sin it spins, solace and solitude ride on the devil's desert winds. Yes, redemption and ruin ride on the devil's desert winds. In the shadow of the old church spire, under the moon's cold watchful eye, the wind whispers tales of a ghostly choir as the dust storm rage from a cursed sky. Old whiskey lies abandoned on the altar's edge, footprints scattered in the sand. A lone wolf roams where the spirits pledge to haunt the barren, forsaken land. Dancing with revenge in silent boots of lead, twirling through the shadows of the wrongs unsaid. Each step is a memory, each turn a bitter end on this haunted ground. Revving more high only. She was the fire in the chill of night, love lost in the echo of a train's lament, betrayed by a kiss under lantern light, left my heart in a grave without a testament. In her eyes a storm was brewing, in my hand the cold truth stinging. A preacher spoke as the sky was stewing of sinners and their wrongful doings. Dancing with revenge in silent boots of lead, twirling through the echoes of what she once said. Each turn a sharp reminder, every step I dread in the heart of the night, with the ghosts I've wed. Across the cursed lands to the edges of pain, I face the mirror of my soul in the desert rain. The gun in my hand weighs heavy with my fate. In the eyes of the storm I confront the hate. Dancing with revenge beneath the starless sky, embracing the darkness with no tear left to cry. This dance is my reckoning, the final truth to man in the haunted
In the heart of a cursed prairie land lies a town where even shadows fear to tread. Whiskey bottles clinking in forgotten saloons. Dust storms whisper secrets of the doomed. A church once holy now flames lick its spires. Train whistles moan like a choir of ghostly choirs. Ashes and smoke under a blood-red moon. Revenge keeps whispering a sorrowful tune. Lost love's heart buried in this forsaken place. With each dusty breath I still see her face. This land soaked with the tears of deceit, once a haven, now only retreat. Her laughter echoes over silent plains, turned to screams in the night, bound by pain. They said love was a fool's wager, a fleeting hope. Now it's just me, this gun, and a length of rope. Ashes and smoke where our dreams lay waste. The wind carries curse of our bitter embrace. Through the ghost towns and the withered graves, the desert knows my heart, the one she betrayed. At the edge of the world where the dead rivers flow, I found the truth buried under the snow. Revelation in ice, her secrets cold and stark in the darkness. Her betrayal left its mark. Ashes and smoke, the end of the line out here where the past refuses to die. In the silence of the desert I make my stand. Revenge or forgiveness, this gun in my hand. In the quiet of the night with the old gods to invoke, I ride through this cursed land of ashes and smoke. The silent desert, neath the moonlit sky, rode I through the whispers of sand where the old ghosts lie. Whiskey bottle clanking at my side, a lonesome friend past the burning churchyard gates where souls ascend. Riding through the midnight train, echoes call my name. Steel tracks to redemption or a path to my shame. Each whistle cuts the silence like the truths I can't reclaim. On this midnight train to nowhere, just shadows in the flame. Once loved a girl as fierce as the desert storm. Her betrayal, a thunderbolt, left my heart torn. In a ghost town we vowed under starlit canvas. Now she's just
crossroads of my reckoning, by the forgotten graves, I face the mirror of my soul. Through the dust storms I pray. Her shadow haunts my dreams on these cold steel waves. The heart seeks vengeance, but the spirit craves saves. Riding through the midnight train, destiny's my claim. Either find my peace in hellfire or rise through the blame. Train whistle cries like a banshee, calls out my secret name. On this midnight train to nowhere, redemption's just a game. Dark and haunting, the tones of my tale, in the echoes of the train, where the nightingales wail.
Out where the dust storms whisper old sins, through the ghost of a town with its skeleton grins. Lonesome whistle cuts the silence, a cry in the night. Under the moon's cold watch, I recite my plight. Blood on the devil's deal, dark as the coal. Whiskey burns like the secrets that I never told. A crossroad bargain with a curse on my trail, haunted by shadows on this forsaken veil. She was love's sweet blossom, wild and free, till her laughter turned to ashes stolen by the breeze. I traded my soul on a bad man's word for a tale of revenge through a barrel of hurt. Blood on the devil's deal, red on my hands. Tried to wash it clean with the rain from this cursed land. A bottle for my heart, a gun for my fears, drowning in the echoes of our lost frontier. Chapel where we once knelt, I found the truth beneath the lies that we felt. Her voice in the wind, my guide, my light, leading me to break these chains, reclaim the night. Settled in the dust, my revenge was written in a storm of rust. Now the desert knows my story, my pain and my plea. In the haunted silence, her ghost walks with me. Resonates with the harrowing experience of making a fateful choice, revealing a narrative filled with loss and the desperate quest for redemption, all set in a desolate, ghostly landscape.
out where the dust clouds hug the sun-fried streets. Old Sal's bar stands, rust on its neon heartbeat. Whiskey bottles line the walls like silent sentries. Echoes of train whistles, ghosts in the prairies. A stranger walks, shadows cling like old debts. In the town that mercy and God seem to forget. There's no mercy in the whiskey, it just burns right through, fueling the fires of a heart black and blue. Down in the valley where the cursed lands lie, you can scream at the desert but it won't reply. No mercy in the whiskey, no tears left to cry, under the watch of a vulture circling sky. Saw her reflection in a bottle, her smile a fading light haunted the bar stool since she vanished in the night. The preacher spoke of redemption, his church lost to the flames. Only the whiskey remembers, whispers her name. Trails of serpents slip silent through the sands. Her love a mirage just slipped right through my hands. There's no mercy in the whiskey, it just burns right through. An old outlaw's tale of a love untrue. Down by the rail tracks where the night trains wail, the wind carries stories of a love gone stale. No heartbreak in the cold moonlight. In the mirror behind the bar, a face worn and weary. An outlaw's eye, stark, haunted, teary. Confronted by the man I've come to be on in this ghost town, this cursed country. But the bottle's my trial and the bar's my jury. Judge that passes no mercy. There's no mercy in the whiskey, it just burns right through. A story of the fallen, as old as it's true. In the dust of the desert where sins lay bare, the whiskey's my refuge, my cross to bear. No mercy in the whiskey, just a soul laid bare. A heart once hopeful, now lost in despair.